Okay, I've got a question. What does an oversized balloon bouquet, a chocolate purse, and some missing bling have in common?
Well, believe it or not, they are all key plot points in Hallmark Channel's 2025 Love You Wary movie, An Unexpected Valentine. And we've got a lot to talk about, Jennifer.
We do, Josh, and we'll unwrap it all on this episode of Do You Watch What I Watch?
Sit down and watch, then have a talk with Jennifer and Josh.
Okay, so we took a little break after the holidays to recharge, and we are back to kick off our fourth season on the podcast. And we're going to give you the rundown on this movie plot, talk about what stood out to us, whether we liked it or not, and let you know whether it's worth the watch. But first, Josh, I have a confession. So while we were on a break, okay, we were on a break, and I watched a movie that is not of the Hallmark and Lifetime variety. I watched with my son, we went to the Dog Man movie. Not sure if you're familiar with Dog Man. He's part dog, part man, all hero, and it's like a comic book series, but now he's a movie. I tell you this to say I cried. If you're new to the podcast, Jennifer does not cry really very much in movies, and we get these emotional, pull at the heartstrings, emotional bits in these movies, and I am stone cold Steve Austin, basically, and Dog Day God, man. It was so sweet and so sincere, and I was in public, even worse, and I was like, "Oh, must just be my January allergies or February allergies." How sad.
Welcome to the team. Welcome to the team.
Yeah, I knew I could find comfort here, so and now for the summary from IMDb. A chance encounter on Valentine's Day brings Hannah and Finn together as they race through New York City to return a lost engagement ring and save one couple's special day. Let's go. So we open to a bustling New York City scene and it's Valentine's Day. Josh, are you a big Valentine's Day guy?
We are not big Valentine's people in our marriage, which is seemingly very unromantic. But I think for us, there's just something that's very overly commercial about the day. Do you remember a few years back, Saturday Night Live did this skit about Valentine's Day and about guys running off to the local pharmacy, and it's all about some dumb little thing from CVS. And so they did this whole commercial. So we do have this tradition where every year I go off to CVS and buy some dumb little thing from CVS so we can laugh about it. What about you guys?
That's funny. Yeah, I have never been a huge Valentine's person in that I don't want my husband to feel like he needs to get me fancy flowers or something just to prove he loves me. Like, I'd rather have a random Tuesday flower,
Mm.
like in July or something than on February 14th specifically. But we do little trinkets, little tokens of appreciation, and I go to dinner or something, but not a big to do. Our first Valentine's Day together, he took me to a dinner theater thing, which we thought would be super fun. And it was fun, but it turned out to be like the bit was like the production was a Christmas musical
For Valentine?
February 14th, but it was like a 50s diner Christmas musical, so they served hot dogs and Lay's potato chips on paper plates as, like, the dinners because it was kitschy, and he was mortified because he was like, "I'm so sorry. You're worth more than this." It's probably my favorite Valentine's Day, so if you're trying to think of what to do for your loved one when you listen to this, just have fun. It doesn't have to be anything over the top as far as we're concerned.
Sweet. Yes.
All right, so to the movie at hand, we got Lacey Chabert, our Hallmark queen, and she is playing Hannah. And Hannah goes to work, and she's put together a display presentation of chocolate purses. She's presenting this idea. It's going to be luxury, designer, and it's a smash hit. But she's like, "Hey, boss, glad you like the presentation. I'm going to miss your Valentine's Day, and I just want to stay home this year." But the boss is like, "No, you have to come. You have to show off these chocolate purses to the team and the execs." Even though weren't they just looking at it in this presentation? Unclear. She's like, "Okay, I'll stop by for a little bit later. See ya." I did enjoy the term Palentines. I like that because I've had a Galentine's events before, but Palentines I enjoyed, so good on them. Alright, so then we cut to Finn, played by Robert Buckley, and he's peeved that his art, it's not doing well. He's blaming where it's situated in the gallery, he wants a better spot, and then we see him again because Finn is Hannah's rideshare driver, and it's a group situation. She goes to get in, she's like, "Oh, I didn't know I did the group option." She gets in the back of the car, and there's already, like, 3 other people in the car, and she gets car sick, so she moves to the front. And I think one of the lovebirds, it was a couple and then a single lady. The couple, I think the girl in the couple was from Holiday Road. Do you think? It looked like her.
It could be.
Girl that was like social media girl on Holiday Road. I think it's her. I should have looked.
That could be. Yeah.
Anyways, this is the nicest group of like Bobo Lyft passengers that I've ever seen in my life. They're bonding over their singleness. They're charming. They're just chatting it up. And then they all get out on their stops along the way, and uh-oh, Hannah has lost her phone. Jen pulls over so she can find it. She gets in the back, gets it. But gasp, she finds a ring box with a ring in it. An engagement ring nonetheless. Uh-oh. And he's like, well, I'll turn it into headquarters and they'll get it tomorrow morning. It's protocol, whatever. She's like, no, someone thinks they're getting engaged tonight with this ring. And oh no, what are we going to do? We have to fix it. She then persuades Finn to go with her on a backward scavenger hunt to find the ring owner based on where he's been throughout the day. Easy enough because, like I said, there were only like 3 other passengers, but he's been on other drop offs throughout the day. And he's also done like some, I don't know, like door dashing kind of thing where it's like there's been balloon bouquets involved and floral arrangements. And Finn's been a busy guy. He's trying to hustle to make that cheddar on Valentine's Day.
Well, it's New York City. You got to make rent.
I guess. And so they're gonna try to track it down, and I am anxious, but, we'll see how it goes. So this is their meet cute right out of the gate. This is the plot. What do you think about this as we've gotten started on this movie?
It seemed very easy breezy, you know? It just kind of came in with a bang. It felt very lighthearted. The relationships felt very warm and fuzzy. I was getting some good vibes. What about you?
Agreed. I was here for it. Again, I am more of a Christmas movie connoisseur. The other off-season, as I will call them, movies are harder for me to get into, but you, the people, wanted it, so we are trying. I am trying, and I'm excited. So here we go. All right. So they are on their way to track down the couple, but along the way, they have to pick up a floral arrangement. She goes to deliver it because she's riding shotgun here, and I am so anxious because it's giant. I mean, it's like every rose on the East Coast in this over the top. Like, how much money could that have cost? Hundreds of dollar bouquet. She takes it to the door. It's a hit. They track down the couple, and the couple had gone to a cooking class. And they stay long enough, Finn and Hannah do, to try pizza with this aggressive cooking class teacher who's like, "No, you must try the pizza." Like, it was just everybody was super friendly, super into it, super thinking Hannah and Finn were boyfriend and girlfriend already, of course. But alas, this couple, the ring didn't belong to them. So what do we do now? They go outside and Finn's getting a parking ticket. But Hannah, tells the officer about their mission to find the ring owner. And since their next stop is where the police officer had his first date, he gives them, you guessed it, a police escort in New York City because the NYPD has nothing better to do than to give a police escort for a rideshare driver trying to reunite a patron with a ring. You're shaking your head, Josh.
This is most unassuredly the most illegitimate use of lights and sirens you will ever see anywhere. I mean, I'll talk about it a bit later in Gold or Coal, but it's just all too easy. It's
You're just happy to help, and I just worked out. It's just simpatico here. So Hannah Sweet talks her way into a club where the other girl that was in the rideshare has gone into. But it's full. The bouncer's like, no, but she gets in. She leaves Finn in the dust, I guess. And Finn somehow gets in there too. They find the girl that was in the rideshare. It's not her ring, but then she hits on Finn, which was a little out of left field, but he's like, "Oh, no," because I'm secretly in love with Hannah already, right? Because it's been like 5 minutes. Then they go on the dance floor and dance to Love Shack. And it's just it goes on a long time. They are just full vibes, paid for the real royalties of Love Shack. What is your history with Love Shack as a song, Josh?
I think it's a great song. It was one of those where I feel like when you were singing that song, because that was out when we were, what, junior high-ish? Seems like it.
Mhm.
Yeah. It felt like I could remember being in junior high singing that song and feeling like I was bad because I was singing that song, like it was that
Really?
not the song that junior high kids should be singing because it was kinda numb.
And then you got your candy cigarettes out of your sleeve and kinda leaned against a wall somewhere. I remember my cousin I don't think this cousin listens to the pod. She should. We went to Chicago in the summer, and her mom drove us around. She was a little younger than me, but her mom was driving us around, and we went to, like, the video store, if you can remember those, to get videos. We were doing all fun stuff all day, but they had the B-52's Greatest Hits CD in the car. I don't know if you know it. It's basically Love Shack, and so I heard Love Shack more on that trip to Chicago than the cumulative time the rest of my life. I was kinda tapped out on Love Shack, but here we are, they made it cute. I'm here for it. I like a Lacey Chabert when she's more easy breezy, like you're saying easy breezy vibes. Like, she was happier and not as heavy. You know, the last time we saw her, she was in Iceland trying to track down Nordic troll treasures and was
Yeah.
very heavy. So I like a Love Shack Lacey.
I'm with you. This is a very good role for her, especially because you're right. She does tend to do a lot of these more dramatic roles as a Hallmark lead, or she's done her fair share of royal movies too. This is kind of a very sort of easy breezy, big city girl next door kind of type. And I liked her in this role.
Yes. Okay, so they're done at Love Shack. They go to pick up 2 giant balloon bouquets, and they leave them on the doorstep of a brownstone in New York City while it's raining. Okay. And then the quest for the ring owner continues. They have a heart to heart over coffee, and she laments how hard it is to use the apps these days and I don't know which way to swipe. Okay, you should at least have figured that out by now, Lacey. Come on. She also says that her catchphrase is, she loves love. Is that a catchphrase? Should she trademark it? I feel like I've heard it many a time, but okay. And he tells her he's special, so there's little sparks a flying betwixt Hannah and Finn. They are trying to track down another couple that he dropped off earlier in the day before the movie our version of the movie started, and it's this older couple. They're taking a drawing class, but Hannah gets mistaken as the mom, stands in the middle of the room and strikes a pose for everybody to sketch her, which, I mean, she stayed clothed, thank goodness. Because let me tell you, I went to art school. I took a drawing 101 class, and we did charcoal sketching, and they were not clothed, and it's very awkward to stare for 3 hours at a person in the middle of the room, naked.
Naked.
Kitchen. It's just because then you're like, "What if they're offended by the way I'm portraying them? They're standing right there." Like, I'm just a
Awkward.
freshman in college, I don't know, but anyways, the whole time Finn, he's a photographer, so he's, like, taking these beautiful portraits of her just because she's just so fun, so perfect, and he's just having a ball. They talk to the older couple, and they're like, "Yeah, that's not us, we've been married a long time, sorry." Um, so they do instill some wisdom on long-lasting love before they go. Alright, the whole time, there's this whole time crunch, evidently, that Hannah needs to get to her boss's Valentine's Day to present the luxury chocolate purses, even though they were already presented at the beginning of the movie, and Finn has to get to the art gallery event to help sell his art and his photography. But the whole time, it keeps coming up, "Oh, but we'll just keep trying a little bit longer. We can still get there by this time, da 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 da." But the clock's ticking, right? There's this faux sense of urgency throughout. So her boss calls and was like, "Hannah, catastrophe. The cookies. I need cookies from my sister's food truck because they had to take the nephew to the ER, and somehow, believe it or not, as we like to say, Finn and Hannah end up running a cookie food truck on Valentine's Day, boxing up cookies that are, I'm sure, way overpriced. It reminded me of like a Tiff's Treats or even a Crumble or something like that. It made me want cookies, but they're trying to like not just bag up the cookies, bake the cookies. Trays are flying everywhere. It's a whole thing. And then finally, her sister comes back and relieves them, but they're just, they were good Samaritans, but they had enough of that. So it's kind of like a baking montage. How do you feel about that?
I liked it. It felt very out of left field for me. I just was like, could we throw one more thing at this couple trying to pull all of this together? I liked the scene. Did I think it was necessary for the plot? Probably not.
It was a little out of left field for sure. They then eat some cookies after their hard work and they dance in the street, which I hope is blocked off for some Valentine's shindig. And it's sweet. They continue onward, but Finn's check engine light comes on and she says she doesn't like chocolate because she's mildly allergic.
Beg pardon?
That she doesn't, it's not life threatening or anything. Her job is at a sweets emporium of some sort. Her business is chocolate, and she just, like, tastes a little bit and mixes it in with milk sometimes. What? Now, if you've been around a while at all, you know my thoughts on how Hallmark handles food allergies. I'm not gonna go into it today, but it's just bonkers. I don't understand. They need, like, a dedicated consultant. I'm happy to help, okay? It's just
Allergy
I'm
consultant.
worried.
Jennifer.
Right, before I was mad, this time I'm worried because poor Lacey Chabert, I mean, she needs an Epican with her. I don't understand. Okay, so moving on. I guess his car gets fixed, and Finn remembers he had a guy mistakenly get into his car and then get out because he'd gotten in the wrong vehicle. Because they were like, who could this ring belong to? It must be that guy. And that guy had said he was going to some rooftop restaurant. They go to the restaurant, have no trouble getting in, just easy breezy there. Get the guy the ring right as he'd realized, "Uh-oh, I don't have it." The guy proposes. The girl very slowly says yes. Like, I was afraid she wouldn't say yes. And then fireworks are going off in the background. Finn and Hannah, they're loving it because they love love, or at least Hannah does because that's her catchphrase. And they're like, "Okay, well, that was a fun night. I gotta go to my art gallery. Yeah, I gotta go to my chocolate purse emporium." It was fun. He drops her off and asks Hannah if she's on Instagram. And she says, "Yeah, look me up and send me a message or something." Yes, exclusively hours upon hours with one another in a vehicle, dancing, eating. There's a phone with you. You at least exchange numbers, minimum.
Please.
You're gonna make him follow you on Instagram? The gram? The graham cracker? Really? It's super awkward, but I guess it was supposed to be because they kind of acknowledge it when she's retelling her boss about her crazy night once she's there to talk about the chocolate purses, which takes 2 seconds, and everybody's like, "Yeah, great idea, chocolate purse." And she's like, "Oh, I should do more." So, at the same time, Finn's across town telling people about his art, and how inspiring he is, and he's like, "Ah, I shouldn't have let her go." So he takes off running through New York City to get her, and we love a running scene, don't we? I mean, it's totally realistic. If I saw somebody running down the street, I would probably call that police officer from earlier. I'd be like the non-emergency line, "Hey, if you see something, say something. There's a guy just running manically towards a building. I mean, can we get him talked to? At least a talking to."
Yeah.
He runs into her because she hadn't left the building to get to him yet, and evidently they confess their love for or at least their like for one another. They're gonna start dating. He asked her on a date with a ring pop, which was a callback because he used to keep ring pops in the console for his little driver or his riders, which is cute. They kiss, and then, shaking my head, we see a slow motion montage flashback of things from earlier in the night in the movie. Keep in mind, this movie took place in one night over maybe what, 6 hours max. They had to be there at 9. If she got off work early, yeah, probably like 6 hours. But we needed a flashback montage. to really show you how much they love one another. And then it fades to black.
It's time for gold or coal. Oh.
So, here on the pod, the way we like to break it down to give you the bottom line is in our gold or coal segment. We're each going to give 3 gifts. If there's more gold in this one, it means we like it, and we're going to call it Life is Like a Box of Chocolates or a very full chocolate purse. And if there's more coal in this one, we're going to call it a kale salad, the exact opposite of a chocolate purse. And if there's a tie 3-3, we're just going to call it meh. So, Jennifer, coming to you first. Hit me with it.
So I will give as my first gift a piece of gold for this movie. I really liked their chemistry. I thought they played well off of one another. I thought they were cute and flirty. And aside from when he asked her for her Instagram handle, I thought it was like they were aces. I totally believed their relationship. And we don't always get that. And I love it when we do. These are 2 Hallmark All Stars in Robert Buckley and Lacey Chabert. I was excited to see them in a movie together, and they did not disappoint me. What about you?
So, my first gift is going to be gold. I was pleasantly surprised by this. Like you, Jennifer, I'm a little bit skeptical of these non-Christmas Hallmark movies because I don't know. My judgment is that they are all sort of just like filler, kind of throwaway. We're sprinkling some crumbs along the road just to drag you along to get you all the way to the Christmas season, which is the big money maker. But I actually enjoyed the concept of this movie. I liked sort of we've got something to do and a mystery to solve, and we're in it together, and we're also against a time crunch. So I liked that, how that all sort of played together. So gold for me out of the gate.
Agreed, and I like to piggyback off yours. I liked that it wasn't there have been movies where we're trying to return jewelry to somebody, and it's Great Aunt Martha's long lost necklace, and, who cares? This was like an actual thing. There was some urgency behind it because, if there's an engagement ring lost in an Uber, Bobo Uber, whatever they called it, that they are going to propose that day. So it did help me buy into it more, and it was more exciting, I think. My next gift will be gold. I liked that it took place all in one day. Is it super believable and realistic? Maybe not, but I don't know. When you're on road trips with people, you do get to know them on a deeper level than you would maybe in some other scenarios because, especially in New York City traffic, you got a lot of time. Unless there's music you agree on, like the B-52s, you're gonna get to talking. So I think that was a very organic way to chat. I saw some critiques online that people didn't like it because it was all just boring. They were in the car the whole time and it was dark. I liked it. I thought it was a different way to tell a story, and I appreciated it. Gold.
Good. I'm going to give a piece of coal. This is the most un-New York portrayal of New York City you could ever imagine. When I tell you he's driving what amounts to like what, a Bobo Tahoe or something, because they obviously marked it all out so you couldn't tell what brand vehicle it was, but it was a Tahoe. And the way that he just drives this Tahoe through New York City like he's driving through Mayberry, pulls up right in front of where he's supposed to be going and just slips it in park and acts like it's no big deal. There was no traffic jam. There was no difficulty finding a parking spot. The only time was he almost got a ticket in the front end and got booted at the very end. There's no freaking way any of this would have happened in real life in New York City on Valentine's Day when there's people literally everywhere. So, all that to say, you're going to need to suspend some major reality on that particular piece if you're going to watch this one.
And I agree with that as sort of I'm gonna give some coal as well. There were like 5 people on the street. It's like I think I have more people currently in my house than lived in this New York City on this movie. Like, between that and we're leaving hundreds dollars worth of balloon bouquets on front steps and just hoping for the best, hoping people don't take them or pop them or they blow away or anything like that. Like, come on. It definitely did have some not very believable moments that we can't ignore. Now, it wasn't a snowman tableau situation, like, it wasn't fake snow, but it was unrealistic scenery. It was very much on a backlot somewhere, like,
Sure,
wrapped
sure.
one corner loop and you're done, yeah.
Yeah. So my last gift will be gold. I think they made a really smart choice when they were writing this one. They did not clutter it up with B characters. Now, we saw a lot of extras, but those characters were there and then they were gone, right? We didn't have sort of the friend playing a big part for either her or for him. And I think that was really smart because then we got to see more of them doing stuff, talking through things, figuring things out, that sort of stuff, which for a movie that takes place over 6 or 7 hours, it just makes sense to do it that way. So I appreciated that they didn't try to force a B plot with some friends or things like that to clutter it out.
Agreed, yeah, because that easily we could have been seeing that guy that lost the ring sprinkled way earlier in the movie and following his story, and I didn't care. I mean, happy for him, I guess, but I don't care about you. We're moving on.
Smart
We're
choice.
worried about our Finn and Hannah. Yeah.
Exactly. So the bottom line, we like this one 4-2. We're going to call it Life is Like a Box of Chocolate. Chocolate. That's my Forrest Gump, I guess. I don't know.
Might need to work on that. I don't know.
All right, seriously. Final thoughts for you, Jennifer.
I thought it was super cute. I liked that it happened all on Valentine's Day too. You know, a lot of times these love-you-ary movies are that. It's like it's movies that happen in February or they air in February, and it might have some heart decor, but it's not necessarily a Valentine's Day movie. And as stated, I like a holiday movie. Put it on the actual holiday and I'm more happy. So I thought it was super cute. I would watch it again maybe every year. I don't really have a Valentine's Day movie tradition, so
Yeah.
maybe I'll check it out again. What about you?
I agree. I would watch this one again. I think in terms of a pairing, let me offer a little pairing suggestion. This would be either a great family night movie for Valentine's, or this would be a great sort of date night, easy breezy, pop some popcorn with your special loved one, snuggle up together and watch this one together. Because it's kind of funny. They do have some quippy lines and some humor back and forth, which I think makes it a little bit funny too. So I
Yeah, there's more calm than we sometimes get in a rom-coms.
Yes.
I
Yeah, absolutely. So, we would love to know if you've watched this one, how would you rate this movie? Be sure to let us know in the comments below or connect with us on our social media channels. We've got links to everything on our website at doyouwatchwhatiwatch.com. And that, friends, is another episode of Do You Watch What I Watch? Hey, if you like this episode, be sure to bop that like button on YouTube, which is, I guess, what the kids say these days. Bop that button.
I've heard, yes, I've heard rumblings, and we wanna be cool like the kids, of course. Special thanks as always to Nick Schwartz, who created our amazing theme song. We're so grateful for it. Thank you for taking the time to listen or watch. And hey, what are we talking about next time, Josh?
So next time we're going to be chatting about another new Hallmark movie. This one is called Return to Office, and here is the plot summary. After making the return to the office on a hybrid schedule, two co-workers known to each other only as Ms. Monday and Mr. Tuesday start sending friendly notes, sparking an office romance. One thing is for sure, we're going to have much to discuss, and until then,
May your days be merry and bright. We'll see you next time.